Okay, so here's your second video. We wanted to post him up with Sam Ziegler, who's working on kind of the same things. So let's get you up into leg lift. So here's Sam as he gets up into leg lift. He has a very low leg kick too for right now as he's working on this. But he's going to start drifting out. Okay, so as his leg comes forward, I'll stop him there. Let's get Liam up. And as Liam's leg comes forward, I'll stop him there. Notice the difference in the hands. See, Liam's already broken his hands. Sam has his hands together still. So he's going to buy himself some more time to get out. And let's see what happens now from here on in. Sam is going to now get out. Now he's working on trunk lean. Now he's got a little bit too much of a trunk lean. Liam does not have a trunk lean, but he needs to get some of it. Sam actually needs to come back a little bit this way, and Liam needs to go back probably just a little bit more. Okay, so at right about the same point here, you can see that Liam's arm is up high and Sam's arm is down low, nice and relaxed. Okay, so he's not going to get that arm involved until later in delivery when he's ready to drive. All right, we're going to get him out just before front foot strike or just before leg drive. Now, you can see here that Sam does have an exaggerated tilt because he's actually working on getting an exaggerated tilt so he can find a midpoint. But notice how his back leg is flexed. And notice how his force vector, because he shifted better and because he continues to drive the hips out. So he moves out here and he continues to drive the hips out. I would say right about here is where his knee breaks his hip. So he's definitely gotten his hips further off the mound at this point than Liam has. See how much taller Liam is standing? So as we get out to where we're going to drive, look at the difference. So we have a higher force vector here and a much lower force vector here. So Sam's in a good position now to really drive forward and go. Okay, look at the difference in the hands. So there's Liam's arm. Sam's arm is still down here. So as we get into leg drive, here's where it's critical. Watch Sam as he powers into leg drive. Boom, he's going to land, and as his foot comes down, his back foot is already turned, so you can see he's kicking forward and he's extending the ankle, turning the back hip. His knee's already turned down, his shoelaces are down, his arm is back, his chest is back, and his hips are rotating. Now in Liam's case, as he lands, there's really no drive. It's just, he just literally taps the ground, he just drops the foot, and now all he has left really is just to rotate because he wasn't really able to drive off of a force vector being that high. So he's just going to drop, land, he's going to land on his toe, and watch how everything here comes together, the knee, the hip. You see how Sam's turned, his hips are starting to turn. So let's get Sam into complete full hip rotation. I'd say he's opened right there. So his arm is still back and his hips are open. Let's get Liam into where his hips are opened. His hips are open there. And take a look at the difference in the arm. He's already in the act of throwing. Everything is turned at once. Sam is still pretty much closed off, and his chin is behind his belt buckle. And Liam is already into the act of throwing. So he's already completely rotated everything. His arm is already in the act of throwing. So when that happens, the forces get to the arm. There's really not much forces going to the arm because he didn't get any torque in the midsection to pull that trunk through with force to lay that arm back quick. So his arm is just really caught in between. So he has like that arm drag that they call it. It's caught in between, and it's just going to ride along with the hips until it finally lays down, but it lays down too late, and now he's got to cast out to throw. Where Sam, he's got the arm in a great position right here to throw, He's going to lay the arm back there, and notice the difference. I mean, look at where his arm layback is compared to Liam's. Liam's arm layback is there. His elbow is almost out in front of his face because he had no torque power to spin his trunk fast like Sam did. So Sam's arm is not only behind the shoulder, but it's also laid back sooner. So as he throws, look at the difference in the angle of the arm. Elbow stops, and Liam's is going to continue to keep going out in front of his face. So at ball release, look at where Liam's arm is. 125 to Sam's 132. Actually, he's not even that 100. He should be down there more. 121. That's a big difference. So he's letting the ball go so much later, and he doesn't give his arm time to pronate. It turns over so low that it stresses the arm out because it's happening too late. Like, we want to pronate up here and give the body all this time to slow the arm down, where Liam is getting so much internal rotation right here so late that his arm's going to pronate late, and look at how low his arm is. Not much time to slow down. So leg power. So as we back up, really what his job is to do is learn how to get this lift and shift, learn how to get a flex in that back leg. Let's change this. He's got to get a flex in that back leg so he can get that force vector lower as he drives out. When he drives out, he flexes that leg, and then boom, he powers into it. That's going to now create that torque because it's going to speed up the hips. And if the hips can speed up and pull away from the shoulder, then the shoulder will eventually snap back the other way quickly and not lag behind like this, not drag through. It's just dragging through because there's no power. There's no power getting there, so it just kind of drags through and casts out. All right. So I hope that helps you out in taking a look at what Sam is doing with his arm timing and his leg power and getting some kind of separation here so that the chest can thrust forward quicker but later. Liam's is happening sooner and slower. Okay, I'll talk to you soon.